to get underway here at the Aspire Recreation Center in Singapore. And we are now approaching the knockout phase, but first a few more loose ends to tidy up. And we're going to have a loser's bracket matchup in just a bit. Beautiful Singapore serves as the backdrop for our championship. And in just a few moments, that table will be occupied by a gentleman from Chinese Taipei and a gentleman from Vietnam. My name is Noel Zanade with the APA Singapore League operator, Eddie Rivera. And somebody's going to operate on something here right now because the winner moves on to the round of 32 and the winner just moves on.
Yeah, that's true. We should have a steady match though. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, and you can see the poster there. Everybody is going to be participating. We are in the same hotel with a lot of these players. Actually, Ted Lerner and I got across the street yesterday with a pair of Chinese Taipei players. So the first matchup we have here today, Jui-way of Chinese Taipei taking on Duc Tien of Vietnam. Jui-way, of course, pretty much a known entity coming out of Chinese Taipei and just getting his feet wet in the industry is Long of Vietnam.
Yeah, like you said, getting his feet wet, but he was quite a strong player. He's been playing very well in this tournament as well as last tournament, so I expect him to start off strong, and maybe we'll see a break clear from rack number 1. Who knows?
Well, we'll see exactly what's going to be happening here with the lag. Jui-way, of course, on the left of your screen, and the gentleman from Vietnam, Duc Tien, on the right side. So the lag to determine who is going to be breaking first. Remember, this is a race to 9. It is a winner's break. And from the lag itself, you can see that this is going to be a close match.
If that's any indication of how the match is going to go, it might be close.
So the lag won by the gentleman from... Did he win? It was
from Vietnam.
From Vietnam, yeah. So Luong was able to win the lag. Luong actually had a very busy 2023 as of now, Eddie, because he has participated in several tournaments and has cashed in a few already. In the World Pool Championship, he made it to 33rd, so just missing out on the final 32. In the Premier League pool, also finishing 11th there. His strongest finish was in the Maldives Open, where he finished 3rd, as well as in the UK Open, where he finished 3rd as well.
There were some strong players in the Maldives Open too, so that's quite the showing.
Let's see if he can actually go all the way. He is coming from the losers bracket though, but from past experience, you know, being in the losers bracket, that's just an additional 2 games for you to hurdle.
Yeah, exactly. It may feel like an eternity, but you know, these pool players are used to it.
So Luong right now, should he win, he is going to make it to the final 32. I'd like to call it the Magic 32 because that's the number of Magic Johnson. The Magic 32 will be played, of course, later on today. So first break, this race to 9. And it's always been a riddle. We've been talking about this yesterday, although he does get the 1 ball down. And he apologizes because that was kicked into the pocket. He has a shot at the 2. It's always been about these tables and breaking just to make sure that you get the 1 ball to go in.
Yeah, it's essential. You want to start off the rack strong, and of course don't let your opponent back at the table, but getting the 1 ball in the side pocket is crucial.
Got it into the corner pocket.
Yeah, got a little lucky there, yeah.
Right. And pretty much looks like a problem-free layout. So Luong once again came out the Hanoi Open. He was 33rd in that event as well. When you say 33rd, you just missed the top 32.
Yeah. You mentioned the Maldives Open again, coming 3rd. That's quite strong. There were some good players like Kopi Chan, I believe, won that one. So yeah, pretty good showing to come in 3rd place.
And the Premier League pool also 11th place. Those are his best finishes.
Okay.
Of the year. Total earnings for 2023 approaching $23,000 US already. So yeah, ever since the pandemic sort of allowed the players to go back to the international realm, we've seen a lot of players trying to join as many tournaments as they can. Of course, for the experience points and the ranking points as well. This is a ranking event, by the way.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he ended up a little straight here on the 6. Want to have an angle to have better shape on the 7, but let's see how he does position for the 7.
Now we've seen a lot of really good players miss straight on shots like this, trying to get position on the next ball. I remember us doing a match before where Niels Fayen had a straight in shot on, I think it was also the 6 to the 7, and he missed that, cost him the rack and cost him the championship.
Oh wow.
not going to be the case here. He plays it off the rail.
Well, you know, he didn't want to get too cute, as we say, with the cue ball. Didn't want to move it around too much and possibly miss a shot, like you're saying. So he just wanted to stop the ball, have a shot on the 7. Even though it's a longer shot, it's a very, very makeable. There you go.
These players coming out of Vietnam, they have great instincts for the game, if you notice.
Absolutely. Well,
that's a good indication you're breaking run out.
Hey,
huh?
I did call it out before the rack started, right? I said we might get a break and run from him, and here we are.
1-0 in favor of Luong of Vietnam, trying to catch the few remaining seats heading into the final 32. There are some names that have actually been waylaid already. I was talking to Ko Pin Yi. He's out of the tournament right now. Yeah,
really?
That's a guy we were crossing the street with last night with Ted Lerner and myself. We were crossing the street with Chang Julin.
Wow, that's a big surprise.
Oh, sorry, Pei Chang and Ko Pin Yi. So they're both out of the tournament. And I think there's another guy. I think one of the Ko brothers also is out of the tournament. So it's going to be a pretty interesting final 32.
That is quite surprising.
Well, you never can tell with this game, of course. As we take a look at some of the highlights of how Luong was able to take that break and run out. You can never tell with these games. You may be striking the ball really well, could be potting very well, but then suddenly you can't make a shot on the break.
Yeah, sure. Well, speaking of the Ko brothers, on table 22, we've got Ko Pin Han playing right now against Singapore's Jonathan Ko, and it's 2-2 right now. Nice battle.
So how many matches do you think we have left in the losing bracket to catch the final 32? Could be anyone's guess, right?
At this point, yeah.
Another miss there on the 1 ball this time. Oh, he's going to get lucky on the 8, so another apology.
Yeah.
Every time he's broken, he's made a ball that was not part of the plan. However, here's a little bit of a tricky situation here. The 6 and the 9, as we see the break once again, just narrowly missing the 1, but 8 ball gets a little help from the 1. Look at the 6 and the 9, though.
Yeah, it's tied together. It looks like it could be straight on. He's looking at it now if the 6-9 combination is going to be playable or not, or if he's going to have to break it out somehow.
Break it out probably from the 4 ball, but it all depends on how he lands on it. We have not seen much of Jui-way. The last time we saw him at the table was at the lag.
That's true.
He is going to be in good shape. Okay. Now, shots like that sometimes when the cue ball skids, it tends to go behind a ball. So
yeah, got fortunate there. He's looking at the 6-9 now. He's got a pretty good angle on the 2 to maybe break out the 6-9. It doesn't look like it's exactly straight on for the 6-9 combination, so I would assume he's going to come around and try the breakout. Didn't get it, bumped into the 7, but he's okay. He's got a shot on the 3. No problem there. And yeah, he can use the 4 ball after this too to break out the 6.
Guys, if you want to go to digitalpool.com, I have to correct myself actually. Ko Pin Yi is still in the competition, so that's my mistake right there. Because we were crossing the street, probably we didn't get to understand each other. I was asking what time's your match yesterday. He said out. So I guess, but he's still in the competition. I'd like to thank Dominic for that correction. But you can go to digitalpool.com to just check out all of the matches, all of the fixtures that are happening right now. That's exactly where Eddie is at this moment. As now we can see. It doesn't look like he's trying to touch this combination right now. He has to. Now he's really got to play for it. From the 5 to the 6. So this to abbreviate rack number 2. It's about as best as you can do with that situation.
Yeah, I guess he liked the combination the whole time because, like you mentioned, he didn't go for the breakout. He went exactly for playing behind the 6. So, yeah, it looks like it must be straight on. And there it is.
Wow, abbreviated rack number 2 going the way of Lung Duc Tien of Vietnam. So he is off to the races right now. He is starting off. That's the best way to keep your opponent at bay. Just make sure that you keep doing breaks and runouts rather, the way he did. Of course, that was a shortcut there in the 6 to 9 combination. Rack number 3 coming in. I'm sure we do have some more updates there, Eddie, from digitalpool.com.
Well, to let you know and everybody else know, we got the Copenhagen match. It starts at 1:30.
There
So
you go.
we're still looking to see who his opponent is at the moment. But yes, he will be playing today at 1:30.
Of course, some of the other Chinese Taipei players, as we mentioned, the Pei Wei Chang was surprising yesterday. He was a little out of sorts. We all know that you do have some off days and sometimes even some off tournaments where you just land in a certain venue and some things don't really click together and you don't really make it that far.
It happens. It happens at the pro level. It happens at the amateur level. It's just something that you have to mentally get over, right? I try to say every game is different. Every day is different, obviously. So you just got to have a short memory and move on to the next game.
Right. And there are some who come from qualifiers and make it all the way deep. That's another story altogether.
Absolutely.
Luong, rack number 3. And makes another one. That's the 3 ball going down. He's continually missing the one on the side, but he's also continually making balls on the break. See, 3 ball going down. 1 is open.
Yeah.
Now, getting from the 1 to the 2 is the biggest challenge, I believe.
Yeah, of course, you want to miss the 7 here with the cue ball. He doesn't want to bump into it, otherwise it's going to be difficult for shape. So he's going to try to just barely miss the 7 and come around 2 rails to get shape for the 2. Not going to be easy, but you can see he's putting a lot of low right English on this ball.
Well, first you have to make the 1, though. He's going to leave a shot now for Fu on the... Might have got a little fortunate because he's given a part of the 1 ball that is not really, going to be possible to pot it.
Yeah, I agree. Doesn't look like a makeable shot, but I imagine a defense coming up here.
What are his options?
Well, he's going to graze the right side of the 1, I believe, sending the cue ball maybe high behind the 6 and 8 with the 1 ball going down table. He could also use the 5 as well, but definitely we'll see the 1 ball on one side of the table and the cue on the other.
Jui-way.
Yeah, taking a long look at this.
Yeah, still no shot clock in play, by the way. Jui-way's been a pro for 19 years, started in 2004. And actually made it to the semifinals in Manila in the World Nineball Championship.
He's gearing up on this ball. Looks like a lot of bottom English here. Yeah. Try to send the cue ball, but of course the 7 and the 1 collided. Messed up his plan a little bit there.
It's going to be an easy counter. Yeah, there are 2 blocking balls there where he can actually just put the cue ball. Always sucks, right? When you see your opponent go through 2 breaks and runs out, your first shot is for safety, and you come back up.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, he's a veteran of 19 years. He's played some of the best. I've seen some of his matches before in the past, and this is something he's very familiar with.
Of course, right? Of course. And safety battle is an integral part of this game as well. Not quite sure if he actually he wanted to get behind the 6 and the 8, but maybe part of that 1 is showing again. Might actually have all of it, sir. Well, that's more like it.
That was a nice shot.
This will test the youngster from Vietnam.
Yeah, he hasn't been tested yet. It looks like the rack that he had prior was quite a nice layout, quite a simple layout for him. The one ball that he shot here was a bit of a tester because he had to come 2 rails for the two ball. But again, he'll probably have to go 2 rails for this shot. I'd like to see him stop the cue ball for a kick safe here. Oh, he's going the other way.
Loading up with a bit of right as well. 2 rails, as you said. Watch out. Barely keeps that cue ball on the table, and now an open shot on the one. What was the logic behind that shot?
A little bit of hope and pray.
Looked like an offensive shot to me when he let it go.
I think it had to have been because, obviously the one could have gone in that pocket, but you got to get lucky to have the one, come off the rail and the cue ball hide behind the 6 there. So, I don't know, it was a little bit of luck I think he was hoping for. He must just not have seen anything else.
Well, there were several options, but again, he went to the one that he thought was best. Now he leaves an open shot. So Fu. Jui-way.
Look at that. Nice stroke.
Oh. Still, that's a pretty good shot here on the deuce.
Yeah, you can see the cue ball following the one and trailing over there with that top spin that he put on the ball. It's really nice. There's not a lot of options he had on that shot, so that's about the best layout you can hope for.
Right. Now leaving this area for the 4, though. Went for the whole enchilada right there. He would have been in great shape for the 4. Had he gotten that, that would have been an easy put away for the rest of the balls. Instead, Long is back at the table. Wow, this guy's been around. Talking about Fu Jui-way. They call him the draw shot prince. That is a very specific thing to be a prince of.
It sure is.
Right. Not a good landing for this 4 ball. He can still stay offensive and bank this, right, Eddie?
He could. He can also play defense, hide the cue ball behind the 9, and send the 4 down table.
Playing a 2-way shot, it appears. I'm not quite sure if he got the full cover.
Yeah, it looks like it was defense all the way there, I think. Smart shot. Yeah. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Take what the table gives you.
Right.
Make your opponent have the harder shot.
You kick here or you jump?
I'd kick. Yeah. Pretty close to the 9. He did a good job of tying it up a little bit, so it's a pretty difficult jump. So yeah, and 2-rail kick, we would see here. Maybe he's attempting the pot as well, but he hit it hard enough. Might get a little lucky. Oh, unlucky actually.
Unlucky because he left there, so. I think he may be playing a 2-way shot. They're trying to get that 4 ball behind the 6, but he did overhit it.
Correct.
Fu Jui-way, one of the many Chinese Taipei players who have made the trip here to Singapore. Any softer, that would have been a problem.
Yeah, just was fortunate to push the 7 out of the way. Nice shot for the 5.
How long do you think it takes these professional players to get used to the conditions of this table as opposed to the outside tables?
Well, it could just take a couple shots, honestly. It depends on how familiar the player is with Rasson, these beautiful Rasson tables that we have here. So sometimes, if they're familiar with them, it could take just a couple shots, or it could take maybe a couple racks. We saw it in a match yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that it took a couple racks, right? There was a
Right.
few misses in the first opening game. But as we see here, Long Duk Tien is, off to the races in rack 1 and 2, and he's making short work of rack number 3.
And I'm just a fan of the way he just had his name straight out. Long Duk Tien. Starting to look like it's going to be 3-0 in favor of the gentleman from Vietnam. Good start. Getting the first 3 racks in this one. At this point, of course, we want to thank our friends who have helped make this possible. TE Capital, of course, our title sponsor. Rasan Mr. Song's Acura Pool table, which is our TV table. And the Dynasphere's Palladium pool balls. As well as the CPBA Royal Cloth, Kamui Tips, and the one of our sponsors as well. And the Matchroom World Nineball Tour with these ranking points here. And the Q Shop as well. And Arbor, as well as Sinsun Lee. And of course, thanks to the Asian Pool Federation and the Asian Pool Promotions. Amazing job, of course, from everyone who's helped make this possible. Of course, you guys at the APA got a bunch of players left here.
Oh, not left. We're down to just one. And actually,
Really?
I got to call it out. Jonathan Ko, who's shooting quite strong, is up 4-2 on Ko Ping Han. That would be quite the upset.
Hey, anything's possible here. I do remember, I think it was 2005 or 2006, where Roberto Gomez came out of nowhere, and Jeff DeLuna had to go through qualifiers. They both made it deep in the World Pool Championship. Of course, that was the makings of the legends of those two. Finally, the 1 ball goes down on the break here for Luong.
The cue ball just barely passes the 8, so has a shot on the 2 after that. Not a clear shot on the 2, but he can see it. I got to call out some of the matches yesterday. We talked about Sharon Shekaran. He played a great match against Ko Ping Chung, and now he's in another tough battle against Carlo Beato.
Oh, wow. Well, looks like Carlo's on the hill in that one already.
He is, 8-3.
Yeah, I was talking to Carlo yesterday when I arrived, and he wasn't phased at all that he lost his opening match. He knew that he had enough arsenal to make it through the next round, and true enough, 1 rack away. Missed by a couple of inches on that one. Does he get lucky? He does.
Certainly does.
2 blocking balls there. Now, if you're Fu Jui-way, you've been sitting too long. You might want to stay at the table more than just 1 shot. So you're thinking of an offensive shot here, because there is one. A little risky. Or do you look for the counter save here?
Well, like you said, it could be frustrating to be sitting down in your chair for so long, and then the only thing you get is a kick shot, right? It could be quite frustrating, but it really is the only option here. So he's going to have to just take what the table gives him and not try too hard. He just has to do this 1 rail kick. It's not too difficult, but try to play safe as well. You don't want to overcomplicate things again when your opponent is shooting this strong.
Right. Many blockers there anyway, so
there are.
Looks like it was hit hard enough. It's hanging over the pocket, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's got visibility on the 2. I don't know if it's enough to make it in the side pocket, but absolutely enough to make it down corner if he wants to get a little risky here.
3 ball is also up there. Same area code.
Yeah, the rack is fairly open, so it's a big shot. You want to make sure you take your extra time like he's doing here on the 2 ball.
Yeah, you can see part of this 2. Might actually be enough. was enough. He just missed the shot.
Yeah, he went for the corner. Well, I'm actually excited to see what Jui-way is going to do here because he finally has a shot at the table. Finally has a clear shot at the table. So let's see if he can get back in this match and finish the rest of this rack. It's not that difficult of a layout, actually. Oh, as I say that, he comes up a little bit short here in the 3.
But it looks like he's still okay. 4 is right there. No one's blocking it. Of course, that does throw out your entire flight path to get to the rest of the balls, because when you have to adjust to one, you have to adjust to the next and the next and the next.
Correct. It's not easy to hold the cue ball here for the 4. And yeah, so he ends up coming back around it and kisses it, right? So it's absolutely not the shape he was looking for. Still has a shot, but it wasn't the intended plan.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse, actually. Oh, there you go. Back online.
Absolutely. As you know, in pool, there's so many ways to clear a table, right? It's not just because you have one path in mind doesn't mean you can't find another.
A lot of people forget these balls can actually move. So if they're not in one spot, you can actually knock it into a spot. I say, oh, how am I going to get to that from here? Just hit it.
Move it out of the way.
Yeah, move it out of the way. There's the draw shot prince, showing us a little bit what he's the prince of. 19 years already, huh? First appearance in the scene, 2004. Semi-finalist in 2006 in the World Pool Championship.
Let's see this draw shot prince. A little bit there, a little draw.
Yeah, we're going to use it the whole time now.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if that's your nickname, you got to live up to it, right?
It looks like he's slowly finding his rhythm.
At what age do you change it from prince to king?
I don't think there's a king.
Yeah, he's got a draw shot king. All right, he's on the board.
Finally, now it's a 3-1. Still the lead for Luong of Vietnam. But now for the first time in this competition, or the first time in this matchup, Fu will be breaking. And he's also had the opportunity to check out what the break was earlier and readjust to it. Again, we want to say thank you to some of our friends. Of course, TE Capital, our title sponsor, the Asian Pool Federation, and the Asian Pool Promotions as well. And Matchroom World Nineball Tour with ranking points here. For our equipment, of course, it's a Rasan Mr. Sung's Acura pool table. And this is the one that we're actually using at the TV table. Dynasphere's Palladium pool balls. And we're using that on the TV table here as well. And the CDA cloth being used here at the TV table. And perimeter lightings, which is something that we often overlook, because the lighting here has been spectacular for our TV table. And of course, some of our trade sponsors, the Kamiwi Tips and Chalks. And then, of course, the Q Shop, one of the biggest institutions here in Singapore, the Q Shop as well. And Arbor, Sinsun Lee, and Sunray, thank you very much for helping us make this event, the APP Capital 9-ball tournament, a success. Ball made on the break. 9 is just sitting right there. A shot on the 1, but there is a problem because the 1's got a blocker.
Yeah, there is a problem there. You mentioned the beautiful lighting here, also the venue of Aspire Recreational Center.
Another one. Aspire has been phenomenal. I sort of got lost here getting into this morning with all the malls, with all the shops that you have to go through. Situated right inside a mall. What's the option? Playing a safety shot. Yeah. That's a pretty good result.
Yeah, not bad. So going back to ARC really quickly, on table number 8 we've got KK Chan, the owner of ARC.
Oh, yeah.
Playing a match right now against Singapore's Anran Yu, and KK's up 6-2.
Wow. So we have maybe he makes it to the final 32.
He's a strong player. He plays international tournaments. I know he played in the Chinese 8-ball tournament they had here recently. So he's a strong player. I expect a good showing from him in this tournament.
Right now, Luong
Kicks his way out, almost makes the one, and because of that, it's now a wide open table. So, the gentleman from Vietnam, you can see some of his inexperience as well, trying to go for an offensive shot. The rack before led him to losing the rack. He tries another magical shot here if he had made it. And the veteran Jui-way has target practice.
Yeah, the one should obviously be no problem, but it's going to draw it back a little bit. Oh, he just kind of stopped the ball a little there for the 2.
Remember, he is the draw shot prince, so he controls if it's a draw or a slide or whatever it is, as long as it goes backwards a bit. That's him.
He's got it.
No issues here in terms of the geography of where he needs to go.
No issues, but we might see the cue move a little more than he would have liked, from going from the 6 to the 7 and then back down the table from the 7 to the 8. That's the only maybe problematic thing I see here is how does he get shape from the 7 to the 8. Yeah, so he's gonna have to come around and get shape for the 6 here. It's not going to be easy, but yeah, as his nickname would apply, he's using a lot of bottom English.
Yeah, you can see that.
Come
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
4. How about 4th rail, just to be sure?
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, this is the critical shot now here.
See
a lot of a zigzag here, long rail.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of bottom English here. He's gonna have to come off 1 rail, come off the 2nd rail, and get shape for the 8, just like that. Really nice shot. Really nice shot.
It looks like he keeps everything simple, despite the fact that he likes to use a lot of spin on his shots. Everything's simple.
You know, that's what the best players do, right? We saw Kopin Chung yesterday, and he barely moves the cue ball. Just keeps it simple. Doesn't try to let the cue ball get carried away. Just take to the table easy. There he goes.
Back-to-back wins here for Jui-way of Chinese Taipei. Slowly creeping up on his opponent, Nguyen Duc Tien of Vietnam. Remember, the winner of this matchup advances to the round of 32. As we take a look at some of the highlights here. Again, be fortunate on the break. That always helps. Then was able to navigate coming off that great shot. And again, sampling of why he's called the draw shot prince. How about this 4-rail prep?
That was nice.
Going to the 6. And you can see that despite the fact that he actually sat down for a majority of the opening portions of this match, looks like he's 100% in rhythm. Talking about Jui-way of Chinese Taipei. And the winner qualifies to the last 32. A bunch of big names already out there. Talking to some of the Filipinos who have made it already. Anton Raga, Johan Chua, Jeffrey Ignacio. Who else is there? James Aranas. We call him Dodong Diamond in the Philippines.
Is that right?
Rack 6. There you go. 2 balls on the break, including the 1. Does he have a shot on the 2? Almost scratched it though. Does have a shot on the 2. Cue ball seeking some shade there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's so many Filipinos here and still playing quite well. Still in this final round, or not final, in the round that they're in. And finally, we're going to see some of these Filipinos play each other. Right.
There you go. Oh, Anton Raga and Patrick Gonzalez. It's going to be interesting. That's 2 up-and-coming players. And then you have Kyla Morota, the kid, going up against Mickey Krause, the veteran.
That's going to be a great match.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see some of that right here in our continuing coverage.
Oh, and one more, Filipino versus Filipino.
That's going to be interesting because you have Emmanuel Delgado going up against the youngster from Cebu, Jerson Kumayas. Wow. We're going to get to check out those matches later on. Again, you can go to digitalpool.com It's a miss. So again, a long shot, no guarantees in making that one, even at the pro level. Back at the table now, Luong Tok Dien won the first 3 racks. Jui-way now breathing down on his lead. But in stark contrast to the last 2 racks that Luong was at the table and gave away, this looks like a pretty elementary layout.
Outside of this draw shot here, I think you're right. This one's going to be a little tricky. He gets past it now, no problem.
He gets the nod of approval from the draw shot prince himself. This guy sort of picked up the scene in 2022. So hands well there on the 5. 2022 didn't have any significant cashes actually. He just joined a few tournaments and had a year where he earned a grand total of $464 from 2022.
Oh, okay.
464 grand total. Then he comes in 2023, joins several tournaments. Of course, probably his biggest score there was being 3rd place in the Maldives Open.
Oh yes.
Then World Pool Championships, finishing just outside of the top 32. Then the Premier League Pool 11th, 33rd in 2 events, the UK Open, the European Open. And finished 5th in the China Open and just finished outside of the top 32 in the recently concluded Hanoi Open.
The Hanoi Open was fun, right?
Yeah.
It was.
Hanoi is always fun. I was actually in Hanoi when the Hanoi Open was happening, but for something completely different.
Oh, was that?
It was a World Poker Tour event
Okay.
at the same time. But I was messaging guys like Levan Corteza, Anton Raga, and I was telling them, you go here, we can meet each other here. Of course, our schedules didn't allow that to happen, but for some of them, like I believe it was Cortez's first time in Vietnam, or first time in a long time in Vietnam. Obviously for Raga it was.
Came up a little short there, but very, very, very makeable shot here.
Telling you, this Vietnam is a country that's going to explode in all sports, if not soon already. And this kid, Luong Tok Dien, is now up once again by 2. 4-2 against Fu Jui-way of Chinese Taipei. And once again, we would like to add some special thanks to, again, Aspire Recreation Center, as we take a look at the highlights from that last one. And again, TD Capital, title sponsor, the Asian Pool Federation, Asian Pool Promotions, and the Matchroom World Nineball Tour with ranking points, of course, here. And for our equipment, we have Rason Mr. Sung's Acura pool table, which is being used right now here at the TV table. Dynasphere's Palladium, the pool balls that are used here at the TV table, and the CPBA, well, also here at the TV table, and Premier Lightings here at the TV table as well. Trade sponsors include Camu Tips and Chalk. And these are personal items. Of course, some of the players actually also use them as well. And the Q Shop, the billiards trade sponsor that we have here. And our commercial sponsors, Arbor, along with Sin Sun Lee, Sunray, and we did mention Aspire Recreation Center. Rack 7. The break now starting to become natural for both. The 1 ball goes into the side. Shot on the 2. Getting from the 2 to the 3 is going to be probably the hardest part of this layout. If he does get there, 3 passes anyway.
Exactly. He's going to have to navigate around the 5 and the 6 to get shape on this 3. Not easy at all.
A bunch of Chinese Taipei players, of course, already through to the round of 32 as well. We're going to have a complete list. Oh, it was Rather bad miss there coming from Long. Looks like he just tried to make it near the 3. Not an easy task right now for Fu. Of course, he does have a lot of blocking balls there that he can put this 2 or the cue ball behind. And he will choose the 6 and the 5. How about that? It's nice enough to put the cue ball behind the 6, but puts him behind the 5 as well. There are kick options here as well, but make one mistake here, that table's practically wide open again. Taking a look at that successful hit. Not really quite successful in trying to hide the 2 ball. But there are still options here.
Yeah, it was a nice hit, as you called out, but gave Jui-way a shot on the 2. I don't know if he'll take it, though. I think there's defensive options that are probably better here. Yeah, he's taking a look at it now.
I mean, so many blockers down there as well. It also helps Long that Fu doesn't have all of the cue ball to work with. He's going to go for this. Oh, just the 2 ball. Nice. And does have a sliver of that 3.
Yeah. Taking an extra look at this one because he really needs to put some good spin on this one to come back and get shape for the 5. It's not going to be easy. He wants to avoid the 9, of course. Sure does. Avoids the 9 and the 8, no problem.
Yeah.
Good shot.
This time he was the forward shot prince. That one. Pretty much a good layout here for him to try to bridge the gap once again.
Easy work on this table here. Shouldn't have any problems. 6 down, 7, 8, 9 left.
Again, it's starting to look like it's going to be an arduous affair between these 2. Whoever controls the break so far, that's been the trend. Whoever controls the break has controlled the match. I just like the way this guy is just fluidly striking. Jui-way cuts it down to 1. 4-3 still in favor of Long of Vietnam. Once again, what's at stake? The winner moves on to the final 32. Some of the other matches, of course, ongoing. I'm trying to get to that page that you're at right now. I just can't seem to find it.
Yes, once you're on digitalpool.com, just go to lives. You'll see the matches that are being played right now. Like I mentioned earlier, we've got Jonathan Ko playing Ko Ping Han. It's a close battle, 5-4 right now. We also have KK Chan. I've been speaking of KK Chan, the owner of Aspire Recreational Center here. He's up 6-3 against An Ran Yu. And Singapore's Desmond Go on table 24, up 6-2 right now. So a lot of Singaporeans are playing quite strong. I'm glad to see they're still in this tournament.
Well, hopefully, of course, the home nation can actually get a few scores here as well. Aloysius Yap, of course, everybody's looking up at him. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to get the draw, the final draws, of course, for the 32 players remaining, and we will get into the knockout stages this afternoon. And it will involve one of these two players making it to the final 32. And the break has been, oh my goodness, I was about to say the break has been a friend to everybody. Remember, the last time that Fu broke, he almost scratched. And now he does scratch. So the first foul on the break by either player looks correctly, except that he didn't get anything to catch that cue ball and keep it from going in. Did make 2 balls on the break, though.
Well, you kind of said this earlier. Who controls the break has been victorious in the match so far. So we'll see what happens here, since Jui-way did not control the break, right? And see if Long Duk Dien can finish this rack. And
looks like the 3 does pass the 9, right?
It does. Yeah, you've got all the balls on this side of the table. You know, he had ball in hand to start. Yeah, it's pretty much count this one as elementary.
Unless he runs into an accident here. I don't see anything happening of that nature, though.
I don't either.
That's the accident that we're talking about right now. He didn't have to hit it that hard.
You put an extreme draw, want to come off this rail, back out for the 5.
Right.
It just didn't catch enough spin on there to come out and the shot he was looking for the 5. Want to be straight behind it, so that way he can just roll out for the 6 and have an easy run. This makes it a lot more challenging. I was going to put a little bit of follow on this one, a little bit of top English, and hope to come back 2 rails for the 6, 2 or if not 3.
Oh, he's missed it. See, that's what happens when you just make one little mistake like that. I don't know if you can call that inexperience or just bad luck.
I think just a bad roll. He knows how to get shape on that 5 ball when he was shooting the 4. He knows how to do it. He just didn't catch enough spin on there to come back around. I think if he shoots that ball 9 times out of 10, he's going to have shape on that 5. This just happened to be that one time he missed. Unfortunate for Jui-way, because now it's going to be tied up.
Yeah. 3 balls away from doing just that. Jui-way of Chinese Taipei, the veteran.
There it is.
So officially now we have a tied game at 4 racks apiece, heading into rack number 9. In just a moment, of course, what could have been again for Long Duk Dien. I mean, he had a golden opportunity to wrap it up, but misprepared on the ball. We're going to see that here. Of course, the accident that happened on the break, as the cue ball did scratch on the break from Fu. It was at this point you thought, the cruise control, everything's pretty much out in the open. And just one mistake like this.
Yeah, Jui-way is very fortunate to get back to the table after this miss.
And he didn't look back after that.
No.
Now we are tied at 4 racks apiece. Again, doesn't get more intense than this because you lose this one, you're going to have to see the sights this afternoon. You win this one, your sights are going to be set on making it to 16 this afternoon.
Absolutely.
So Jui-way, Chinese Taipei. Rack 9.
That 9-ball. Watch the 9-ball.
Oh, almost. Unfortunate for Fu. He might be back at the table after just one shot. In this one again, I'll actually make a ball on the break. Now, the question is, how do you execute on this?
Yeah, he's looking not to go for the jump, and I think he called push out already.
Yeah, you can call a push out. That 9 hanging precariously above the side pocket. What's a good option here on the push, Eddie?
Well, if you're going to give your opponent the table back, you want to tie things up. You want to make the run out more difficult for your opponent. Or if you play to your strength, if you're a good jump shot, maybe you give your opponent a jump shot so that way they give you the ball back and give you the opportunity back. So it looks like he is just going to hide behind the 9-ball a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure I love that option because then Look Duckyan can take this one and then play a nice defense on this. So you're really giving your opponent back at the table.
Yeah, well, you're also playing to your opponent's tendencies to try and go for offensive shots when they're not necessary. But I think Luong is seeing through this right now.
Yeah, I think so. There's several different options here. But I'm pretty safe to say he's not going to give a table back to
Yeah. Not with an open shot like this where he can actually
and
control.
He does. Wow.
I mean, who are we, right? Who are we to make these decisions for the players?
I am shocked.
So now what does he do?
In my opinion, I'd play defense all day long. I'd hide the cue ball behind the 4, but he's gearing up a little bit. So either he's going to put a little bit of left spin to hide the cue ball behind the 4, or he's going to
bank it.
Yeah, he might take a shot the way he's gearing up on this.
It's just a fake Europe.
Yeah.
It's seen not easy. He wanted to put the cue ball behind the 2 balls, but it's really had to play with perfect speed to get that done. He does this though. Everything's out in the open.
Yeah, it's a very makeable shot. And the fact that the 2 balls, out there in the open, as you said, even if the cue ball, hits the 3 here, he's still gonna have a shot in the 2. So focus here is just making the 1 ball. Don't worry too much about shape at the moment. Just make the 1. And that he does. Wow.
How many rails again? Oh.
What a shot.
Yeah. He really wasn't afraid of running into anything there.
He wasn't.
1, 2, 4.
Absolutely great shot. And that on the 2 as well to come back around for the 3 ball.
That 9 isn't really above the pocket. It's just above the point. Come close to it here, but oh no.
Bounce.
Oh no. Okay.
He got just enough kiss.
It looked like it was going to stop right beside it. Look at how much he's chalking up right now. I really felt that You have some players who do that. They feel that they didn't chalk up too much, and that led to a missed shot. Now they over chalk the next shot. It's not going to make up for the last shot.
Yeah, this shot, like as you can see, he's elevated because he's so close to that three ball. He doesn't want to foul. He's going to exactly bring the cue ball back.
He's okay.
That's a beautiful shot, actually.
Yeah.
One more time, he's going to have to let the stroke out here. And he's going to
extension time.
Yeah, come back 2 rails and come behind 5. It's going to be a really test of his arsenal here if he can get shape on this one. And as you mentioned, he's going to have to chalk up again.
Yeah, chalk up and now use his extension.
Yeah.
It's a different temperature from the rest of the stick.
He needs to avoid the 7, which he does.
Oh, he's playing it on this side now.
Yeah,
okay.
Beautiful shot.
How about run into the 9 while you're at it?
Yeah, that was a shot. From here on out, just a little, maybe a little top, just to roll it up for the 7 aside. Perfect shot.
Well, Long makes these 3 balls. He will be more than halfway to the goal of advancing to the round of 32. That'd be interesting because in the round of 32, there is no winner's bracket. There is no loser's bracket. You lose, that's it.
Exactly. Lose and go home.
It will be different, of course. No longer a race to 9 in that stage.
That means we all get a little more extra pull, don't we?
That's right.
Look at this shot. There we go. Beautiful shot. All right. He left it not to go in the side pocket. It was just... I don't know if we have a timeout.
I think they got a timeout because they requested for one. So,
okay,
well, at least one. Fu just got a timeout. So it looks like we are going to take this timeout with them, folks. We'll be back. Stay with us. Back with us here inside the Aspire Recreational Center. You can see that's what the outer tables look like, and you see some of the players trying to. They're actually these are the matches that we're seeing right now when you go to digitalpool.com. These are the matches that we're talking about here.
Yeah, I've mentioned a couple of times your owner KK Chan, who's taking a shot right down the 6 ball against An Rong Wu. Let's see what the score is on that match. I know KK was approaching closing it out, but Hanran's a great player. You know, she can easily come back, and they know each other very well. They played against each other many a times.
Yeah, there are currently 3 matches going on at the outer tables. As we move into this one, the 4th match ongoing happens to be our TV table match. Once again, my name is Noel Zarate, working with Eddie Rivera of the APA. 2 balls down on the break, almost third one. The tracker to be the cue ball. Does he see the 2? Yes, he does.
And just to give an update on that match with KK and Anran, it is 7-3. 7-3.
Take a look at this break once again.
Yeah, just barely missing the cue ball scratch in the side pocket, but I think he can do. Yeah, he can.
He can actually just go around to avoid some of the balls to get to the 3 ball. My partner Eddie Rivera, of course, the APA Singapore League operator. What does the APA do? Well, we have a run out impending here, so let's talk about the APA.
I appreciate that. So the APA, what we do is we bring people who love pool together, right? So there's so many pool players here in Singapore, which I just want to help as much as possible to grow the sport, grow the community of pool players. And right now, it's doing just that. You know, like I mentioned yesterday, Aloysius Yap has been such a big influence in the sport here in Singapore, especially new players aspiring to be professionals. And APA is trying to help those amateur players, get to that level and and enjoy the game.
Right, right. Well, to get to the Aloysius Yap level, what are the hurdles that you guys need to overcome, especially with the younger players coming in?
I mean, practice,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
So Aloysius, I think, said something yesterday. He probably plays about 6 hours a day, right?
Wow.
So to get to that level, it takes a lot of dedication.
He practices more than you and I sleep.
That's probably accurate. Yeah, so the APA of Singapore now is growing quite well, and we've got many different locations. We do play out of Aspire Recreational Center on Tuesday nights, so if anybody wants to play, come on out.
Of course, you can't be just Singapore. I'm sure a lot of countries have said, hey, we want something like that here, like from neighboring countries, like, say, Malaysia, maybe Thailand.
Well, APA did start in the U.S., and so about almost 40 years ago, actually. So there was 300,000 members worldwide.
Wow.
Japan, Canada, U.S., and of course now Singapore. And I think we might see some more countries coming on board. So we haven't taken on Malaysia or Vietnam yet, but who knows? I think you might be onto something.
Yeah. You can make everything worldwide. That's the way sports is right now. Everything's being so global.
It's true. Yeah. See basketball, NFL, and football.
NFL playing in Europe. I mean, when was you told me that 20 years ago? It was like, really, NFL playing in Europe? Come on. But it's happened so many times.
Well, that's one beautiful thing about pool, right? Is anybody can play.
Right.
Doesn't matter your age or where you're from.
Or even gender. Gender.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did see there's a lady who's making it down to probably making it to the final 32.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of great players here that are female that are still in the tournament and doing well.
This guy's doing well in this rack. It's a slow motion rack for him compared to the other racks that he actually picked up. Long right now, about to go up by 2 once again. Jui-way just can't get over that hump. As Nguyen Doc Tien of Vietnam is now going to take down rack number 10 and take a 6-4 lead against the Jui-way of Chinese Taipei. Once again, we are going to thank all of our friends who have made this possible, all of the sponsors, of course. Many thanks to T Capital, the title sponsor of this event, the Asian Pool Federation, and the Asian Pool Promotions as well, and the Matchroom World Nineball Tour. This is a ranking event for the World Nineball Championship. And for the equipment, of course, Ras and Mr. Sung's Acura pool table, which you see right now on the TV table, and Dynasphere's Palladium pool balls, as well as the CPBA Royal Cloth and perimeter lightings. We're all experiencing that right now. Caviwi Tips and Chalk, and the Q Shop as well. And thank you as well to Arbor, Sin Sun Lee, and Sunray. Of course, this beautiful venue that we have, the Aspire Recreation Center. This is rack number 11 right now. Well, check out how many players the Vietnamese sent here too. That's a pretty big contingent in itself.
Yeah, there's several still playing right now, actually.
Let's see that break once again. Yeah. So yeah, the 1 ball is mercy. Yeah, just a little bit of a problem here with the deuce, but many options for you.
There are. These two really are playing at the height of their game, though. You know, as you said, it's been back and forth, but every time that Jui-way gets a little closer, Londotien just kind of shuts that door on him, doesn't he? Yeah. I like the option here. Went with the defense, of course, but sent the cue ball down table, put several balls in the way of that 2 ball. Nice, easy, simple defense. Just missed it. Just missed it.
And another opportunity here for what could be another clearance. Just missed it about half a millimeter. That's how close it was. That 2 ball felt something whizzing.
You know, sometimes players are tempted to take a really hard and shot and make it look good, right? But this is a prime example of sometimes the defense is the right option, right? Just take that defense, get ball in hand, and it'll pay off. I think right now, given the layout of the table, we might see another run out from Londotien.
Yeah. And that's going to put a lot of pressure now on Fu. Yeah, there are no issues anywhere here.
Not unless he creates one. Get past the 6.
Remember, we were just talking about it the last rack. I said he looks like he's in the clear unless he does something himself, and he did. Not the case here, though.
No, not at all.
But there you go. I found the list. Players from Vietnam who have come in here.
All right. How many do we have?
Yeah, 11 players. I believe 12 players.
That's great.
From Vietnam made it here. Londotien, of course, with a chance to advance. I believe Dan Tan Tien or Dan Tan Kien, we saw yesterday, is already through. Win Antoine also through as well. Now, can he make it as well?
I think so. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he's up 7-4 right now at the end of rack number 11. Looks like he's on automatic as well for Singapore, of course. I'm looking over at this list. Not quite sure I see any names that have made it through. But I just want to give a shout out to all the players from Singapore as well. Simon Ong, Tan Wei, Jeff Tan, Desmond T, Ethan Tan, Shoan Tong, Ko Den Xiang, Zachary Wan, and Rafe Ang as well. Ong Zhao Cheng, and Erwin Lee, and Nicholas Lowe.
As you mentioned, the Singaporean names, we've got Jonathan Koh up 6-5 against Ko Ping Han.
Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah.
A few more players here from Singapore, of course. Fong Sim Yi, Venus Lim, and Oh Kai Leong, as well as Justin Lim, Aaron Lake. That's the biggest contingent that we have here. Alan Neo, and Johnny Mahilam, of course, from the Philippines, but representing Singapore.
Absolutely. Yeah, a couple of those last names, like Johnny you mentioned, and Alan, they play APA as well.
Wong has now gotten his break into a different dimension. That's about 3 balls down on the break, or just 2 balls down on the break.
But he's catching red. You know, the break's working for him. His shots are executing. He's playing quite good right now. Now, he's got a little bit of a challenge here with this combination, unless he elects to play defense. But I think he's going to keep running the rack and try to make this combination. You mentioned about the Singapore names. We do have KK Chan moving on. He did win his match against Manuel.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. So, how many? He's the only Singaporean who's made it to the top 32 from all the names I mentioned there?
I don't believe so. I think we've got one or two that have made it as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some have made it through.
I think Joel Lai maybe has made it through. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
So this combination shot is the only hurdle that he has to overcome.
He didn't do it?
No, he didn't do it.
Smart play. Yeah. I mean, things like this is, again, like I said, you could take the offensive shot that's a little bit harder, or you take what the table gives you. You make your opponent take a tough shot, and if you get ball in hand, you clear it out.
Well, let's see if what Fu here does. It's I would say about 7 oceans away. In the Philippines, we have a term called tawid dagat, which means you have to cross an ocean to get to the other ball.
This is an easier kick than the last one that Jui-way shot, but
just barely making contact there. Does he get a good result? Well, again, he puts an ocean between the two balls. Now, if you're Luong, you're 2 away from advancing to the top 32. You now have to think of an option that's either going to be unescapable or go for the offensive option. What do you like here? I think the defensive option is still the better one.
Yeah, I've seen the play that we've seen from Long Duk-tien, defense all the way. He's been very calculative. He's really picking his shots wisely. Really not trying to take anything too difficult. And here you are, another defense hiding the cue behind the 6.
Question is, did he hide the cue ball behind the 6?
Yeah, it looks like it is visible. But you mentioned all the Singapore names. How can you forget about Aloysius Yap? Of course.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's right.
Still on the winner's side, and he's playing against your...
Yeah, AJ Manas, the 17-year-old.
That should be fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that would be on our TV table later.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's going to be contrasting style. I still go on record saying I think Aloysius Yap is going to be the best player in 2024. He might get enough ranking points. Of course, he is in the top 10 right now, but he is going to get enough ranking points to be up there in the conversation among the FSRs, among the Al-Qaedas, among the Van Lonings. So that's the only response here, is to try to make another safety. Another Singaporean player is through here, To Lian Han. And he's going to be taking on Jonas Magpantay, who had to go through the losers bracket as well.
Yeah. I'll be on table 20 a little later on. Looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah, Jonas played Aloysius Yap in the first round. So that's why he had to go to loser's side.
And it has to get past the pocket. There you go.
And again, you're just seeing Long Duk-tien playing defense after defense. Really solid play here.
It's getting more and more difficult for Jui-way to come up with some kind of a hit to keep himself not fouling here, because he did foul earlier. Remember, it cost him the rack.
Well, it can be quite frustrating too. You're sitting down on a chair, you have your opponent, break clearing or running a rack, and then you finally get a table, and it's a kick shot, and another kick shot. So it can get a little bit frustrating, and eventually you might want to just take that swing at the offensive shot. But hopefully, Jui-way just takes what the table gives him.
Right.
Yeah.
You can see like probably 10% of this 2-ball, probably not even at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. Might seem reach for the jump cue here.
Yeah.
Yep, looks like he has it in hand.
The short stick, the magic wand, what else you want to call that? I think his jump cue is a lot shorter than some of the jump cues we've seen. But
watch out for that 4-ball.
Yeah.
Let's see. Watch out for that 4-ball or the 2.
Oh,
there it is.
Nicely done. Apologizes, but of course his intention was to get as close to the corner pocket as possible, probably even pot the ball. And you are right, Eddie. I mean, when all else fails, try to go for the offensive shot.
Yes.
Not an easy three, though.
No, it's not. But I'd like to see him make this and get back on the table, back in this match.
No, he's missed. Oh, I thought he missed it.
That was beautifully shot.
That's beautifully done. And perfect landing as well.
It really is. Give himself a little bit of an angle so he can come down table for the 6 ball.
So, Jui-way of Chinese Taipei. He's not yet done here. We've seen a lot of comebacks from worse deficits than this.
You know, a lot of players would elect to go 2 rails, use top spin, but no, as we've seen over and over, he keeps using that bottom spin.
He is the draw shot prince. It wouldn't be him if he didn't use it every now and then. Always bottom, always bottom.
Yeah, it seems like it. But whatever you're more comfortable with.
Yeah.
Beautiful stop shot right there.
Well, let's see, this could be a nice draw shot, a juicy one, right?
I think he's just gonna roll it forward a little bit. Let's see. No, he
It's
did.
gotta
He
be
did
the
it.
juicy
Yeah, of
draw
course,
shot.
Of course.
It's him.
Yep. Yeah.
And so the draw shot prince is now down by just 2 racks here against Long Doc Tien of Vietnam. 7-5 is the score at the end of rack number 12. We could be in for the long haul here if the break becomes friendly again to Fu, because remember, he scratched on the break the last time he broke. You see this one again, highlights from that last rack number 12. 2 balls down on the break for Luong. And succumbed to a safety battle after that magic shot coming from Jui-way.
On our live tables, we got a close one here.
Yeah, we got something. Oh, hill between Michael Guanan and Kuo Shun-wei of Chinese Taipei. Hill there.
Awesome.
As we now get into rack number 13. Once again, my name is Noel Zarate, working with the APA's boss man. I want to call you the boss man. I'm just holding myself back over the last couple of days, but you are the boss man, making it the APA possible here in Singapore. What are your challenges as the as APA here in Singapore?
Well, that's a great question. You know, so far it's been significant growth, but I guess one challenge would be is just getting the word out. You know, just letting people know that we do exist, and that there is something for the amateur player here in Singapore. Right? You don't have to be professional to play pool. You can be, you know, just an everyday player. Want to pints and play some pool? We've got a league for you. If you want to, you know, work on your game and get better, we've got coaches and we've got an opportunity for you to get better. So I think just out and making sure people know we're here.
Right. Well, this is the best avenue for you to do it, right? So give a shout out to all of your buddies there at the APA as well, and you do have a few buddies who are here.
Exactly.
In this venue.
Right. What better showcase than having our players do well here in this APP tournament? So and they've been showing up. Right. We had a lot of strong performances from the players today, or this whole week.
That's right. We have a situation here right now where Fu does see a part of the one. He can try an offensive shot. He can land well on the 2. There's a lot of positives in taking this on, but there's also a lot of positives in playing defense. Let's see which one he chooses. He actually chooses defense.
Wow, look at this.
Get there. Wow. That was the hardest of all the defensive options, by the way. Figuring out what to do. Long Doc Tien.
Yeah.
He's got to cross an ocean. He's got to get by a few cliffs. Some sharp rocks overhanging as well. Is he playing a jump shot? Boy, that's quite a distance to clear, though.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Not only does he have to get over the 8, but he still has the 4-9, which is a hurdle for him as well.
Yeah, like half the rail is blocking his shot as well.
Just making contact would be beautiful here. Let's see. Oh,
Oh!
what a shot.
And he also breaks up the problem. What an amazing jump shot.
Wow.
Under duress for the youngster from Vietnam.
Beautiful shot. Let's see it again. Made it look absolutely was nothing like that.
Wow.
It was very difficult.
Yeah, you sort of now feel he's destiny's shot. He could be in line for a path to the final 32. Although he's left himself a difficult one here on the deuce. Even if it does pass the 6, it's like a video game shot if he takes it on.
Well, what I like about his game too, and I think we might see it here, is he might go back to playing defense again. Let's just see. Or he might go with a two-way shot here. Let's take a look. Yeah, he did.
Crosses.
Wow, he's letting the stroke out.
Yeah.
Went with the cross bank, comes back table, and gets beautiful shape for the 3-ball. That is something else.
This is a pretty defining rack for Luong Dok Tien.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the crossback was always on, but the question is, at this point of the tournament, do you take it on?
Correct. You know, he was extremely offensive taking that jump shot. He ends up potting it. I thought he might go back to the defensive game that got him to this point where he's been relying so much on his defenses.
Yeah.
But he went straight offense there, cross bank, and knew he would get shape on the 3 if he did.
Good follow as well, getting shape here for the 4-ball. 5-ball is all the way up there, but again, it all depends on the contact he makes here on the 4.
Yeah, with the angle that he's got, he should be able to come nicely down table for the 5. But like you said, you want to make sure you pot first before you even think about getting shape. Oh, just barely rolls in. Nicely done.
Yeah, there was no scratch involved in any option anyway, so he just let it fly once again.
He's playing great ball right now. This is a thing of beauty, thing to watch.
Right. He looks so relaxed as well when he's letting it go. It's not that he's like, sighing after every shot. We saw that a bit from Fu. He would be showing a bit of a relief look on his face. Not this guy. Luong's like a Terminator out there. He's showing no emotions.
Yeah. He's going to have to let the stroke more time here to come back for the 8-ball. He's an extreme bottom, and the rail, very nice.
Get the nod of approval again from the draw shot prince. Not this time.
Wow. No nod, but I think internally he's saying that was a good shot.
That was a good shot. 2 balls away from the hill.
Look at that. He's playing great pool right now. Just absolutely perfect.
And if he does make it to the next 32, his next opponent should be wary of his shot-making abilities and his ability to play defense and his being cool and calm under pressure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned he doesn't have any big finishes. I think the 3rd place is best. But he's playing like he should be here. He's playing with the best of them right now. Right?
8-5 right now after rack number 13. So on the hill, 1 rack away from a spot in the final 32. Luong Dok Tien of Nam. As we see the last rack's highlights as well. Of course, nothing will be more of the highlight. I think the highlight shot of the tournament right now is this one. The jump shot over the 8, the 9, and the 4 to be able to make that 1 ball, break up the party that 9 and the 5 were the 9 and the 4 were having, and this cross bank as well with the 2 ball landing perfectly on the next object ball. I mean, everything rolling the way now of Luong Dok Tien of Vietnam, and if he gets a successful break, it's going to be a real tough grind now, or for Fu to make a comeback.
I think so. Yeah, the way that Luong Dok Tien is playing, I don't even know if Fu will even get back to the table.
Yeah, well, all depends on this break, and you all know that anything can happen.
It looks like Singapore, Desmond Go did advance, so he did win.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah. And the other Singaporean, Jonathan Koh, is in a really tough battle with, of course, Koh Ping Han. So he's down 7-6, but 6 racks on Koh Ping Han is already an achievement in
that's
itself.
an achievement. Oh, the 2 is going to go, though.
2 goes. Got a shot on the 1.
Yeah. looks like the 3 passes the 7. All depends on how he gets from the 1 to the 3. Fortuitous kick there for the 2 ball to just drop in. Now getting from the 1 to the 3 is going to be I try to negotiate Bangkok traffic. Decides to take it on the short side.
Yeah.
That being said, have you ever experienced Bangkok traffic?
Yes, I have. It is atrocious.
It is atrocious. I don't know which is worse, Bangkok traffic, Jakarta traffic, or Manila traffic, but they're all bad.
They're all bad, yeah. Luckily, we don't have too much traffic here in Singapore.
No, not here. So again, being very deliberate, no rush. He's perfectly straight here on this 4 ball. Wants to play mistake-free. Control what you can control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want the cue ball to travel so much back and forth across the table. Just let it flow. And right now he's gonna have to send the cue ball down table, but not much. You know, it's pretty.
Oh my goodness! He missed a shot there on the 5. That was elementary. Again, you're talking about the preparation for the next shot, and that got to him.
It did. He just wanted to put a little bit of follow on there, but he kind of revved up a little bit and hit that one a little harder than he probably should have, and just missed the point. Ended up hitting the point of the side pocket instead of. But he got a little lucky, a little fortunate. This isn't an easy shot. I don't think we're going to see a potable.
Yeah,
shot. I think
this is actually a defensive laden shot right here.
But that's the thing, right? You know, he didn't give his opponent an easy run out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, time after time, we're seeing Fu, unfortunately, not have an easy time at the table.
Yeah, but again, you're down 3 racks. I mean, there's an opportunity. He can make this 5 ball if he really puts his mind to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to stay at the table. You want to control your own destiny. I mean, like a saying in poker, if I'm going to go all in, I choose the hand I go all in with.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call with something weak.
Wow.
Although he's playing defense here.
Yeah. Wow, he chose a hard one and nailed it. Look at that.
Yeah, he's always been choosing the harder defensive option, I've felt.
Yeah, he could have just laid the cue ball behind the 6, but no, he went the little more difficult route, but hopefully it pays off for him.
Well, 1 railer available behind the 6 ball, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if that last jump shot that Long Duk Dim did made Fu kind of change his approach a little bit.
Right. Now this is unjumpable.
Exactly.
Got 2 rails though. No, not really. Looks like he's stuck to just 1 rail.
I think so.
Can't play 2 rails because the 7's in the way.
He might come behind it, but I think, yeah, he looks like he might come behind it.
Hit it flush too.
He's going to give a shot here.
He's going to give the rack away too. He's probably thinking, all right, I still have 2 more bullets left.
Well, this match is far from over now.
No, really far from over. Again, until you hit that magic number 9, anything's possible. And you're going up against a veteran. Who, again, 2006 made it all the way to the semifinals at the World Pool Championship. You can make a case that, hey, that was like eons ago, but still.
Point is, he's got the experience. He's been here before.
Right.
Yeah. Nice shot to get down table for the 7. No problem for the 7, 8, 9. course, he draws it back.
He must.
And beautiful shape for the 9-ball on the side. No hesitation there either.
Of course. I mean, but he is now just 2 racks away after rack number 14. 8-6. Luo Doktian is still on the hill, but here comes Fu Jui-way. He just needs to find his inner draw shot prince to be able to get this one done. Need to control the break, of course, though.
We've got a really exciting match coming up pretty soon. You want to call it?
Oh my goodness, really? James Aranas versus Carlo Biado. That's fantastic.
I can't wait to see that one.
James Aranas, of course, for those of you who may not be familiar with his name, he's actually been one of the killers in the United States for a very long time. And, well, we're going to see that match in just a bit. But right now, Fu Jui-way is breaking to stay in the competition. He loses here. He is going to Sentosa. He wins here. He gets to stay in the Spire. Probably go down to the mall a bit. Have a spot of lunch.
You know, I mentioned how many Filipinos are in the tournament, and there's just, this is what I've been looking for all tournaments. So many Filipino on Filipino matches that are coming up pretty soon.
Right. Yeah, Jundel Mazon against Patrick Gonzalez, youngster versus veteran there. And of course, Johan Chua against Benok Regalario. Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a great match because Bernie's been playing phenomenal pool.
Yeah. But again, you're talking about Johan Chua, one of the best in the country right now.
I love watching Johan Chua play.
Yeah.
So fast and calculated.
Right. Very entertaining, very flamboyant as well.
Yeah.
Well, a successful break here for Fu Jui-way. Made the 1. Now he has a look on the 2, but it's being blocked by the 9. And he does have a few options here. He can actually take an offensive option and roll up the 2 as well. Not quite sure what shape he's going to get on the 3. Appears to be an option where he can actually just hide the cue ball behind the 9, although I don't see how he can control the cue ball enough to make that happen. He's hesitating a lot here, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a big shot. I mean, you don't want to give your opponent a chance back at the table, especially when he's on the hill.
Yeah, but again, even if he does make the 2, how does he land on the 3?
Look at that.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Did you see that?
You know, I saw it, but I didn't think he was going to go for it. And he sure did. Wow. You know, there is an opportunity for jump here, but just a fabulous defense.
That's a great defensive shot right there. It was something that was on the options list, probably number 6. That's option number 6, and he went for it.
There's not a big gap between, maybe it looks like a ball link between maybe the cue ball and the 8 ball, not very much. So yeah, it does make this jump quite hard.
Yeah, so he's going to have to kick at it. Now there's still the markers on the tables though. I've seen some tables without any of those markers. He's pointing at the second diamond up there. Some tables don't have markers. It makes it more challenging for some of the players.
That's why we got these beautiful Rassons.
Yeah, definitely. So again, the Rassons Mr. Sung Accurate table is what we're using right now. Plus, of course, the beautiful pool balls that we also have. That, of course, is courtesy of Dynasphere's Palladium pool balls that we're using. CPBA Royal Cloth as well. And the lighting, okay, perimeter lighting's done a great job here so far. So, contact made.
Wait for it. Wow, almost got lucky.
That's either a combination or a billiard already right now. Or is he going to try to make another defensive shot?
Oh, I think now you have to go for it.
Yeah, now you have to. What are you looking at? A combination or a billiard?
Oh, I think the 2 set. Well, actually, look at the way he's lining up. Yeah,
that's
there
a combination.
it is.
Careful that you don't overrun it, though.
No, he should be okay. The only challenge here is going to be how to hold the cue ball for the 3. The speed is nice, though. You want to leave the 2 ball. Anytime you do combination, you want to leave the ball you're shooting, the 2 ball in this case, right in front of the pocket, which he did, giving him a shot on the 2. But again, holding for the 3 is not going to be easy. And coming back around table is not going to be easy either.
Well, now he's going to have to either shoot a really soft shot or he's going to go at least 3 rails around.
Yeah.
I see somebody, I think it was Mexican jumping bean, I forget his name. Player from Mexico just jack up like he was going to power it through, then all of a sudden does this.
Yeah.
Slow down the cue ball enough.
Look at that. He played exactly for that shot.
Yeah.
He wanted to kiss this 3 ball to push it over to the pocket. That's nice.
Jack up enough so that you actually play with under, and then it slows the cue ball down, getting to the object ball.
Killing the cue ball, we say. Would have liked a little more of a push if it was more full on, but still very makeable.
Yeah. 4 balls right here anyway, nothing's blocking it. I just want to make sure that you get the right speed on this because you don't want to overrun your preparation on the 4. Remember, it is Fu who is trying to stay in contention here. He makes one mistake on a layout like this, it's all over.
Oh.
It's all over. Just like that. One mistake.
You called it. You absolutely called it.
Again, I was talking about the speed of that shot. That's what cost him. I mean, he lost control of the cue ball after the contact.
Correct. You know, anytime you add an extra element, whether it's, you know, the bridge or, you know, you being on the rail and you're jacking up over a cue ball, over the ball, it adds more difficulty for the shot and for the shape. And like you said, he just let the cue ball fly and it cost him.
Ball in hand for Luong Dok Tien. 4 balls away, now 3 balls away from a spot in the final 32. And it's a pity because Fu Jui-way was playing so well. When he came back off his chair, stole a rack from Luong in the last one, had complete control of this one. Then one mistake.
You know, at this caliber, sometimes that's all it is. One mistake.
Just one mistake. Remember yesterday, of course, Pei Wei Chang was supposed to go up 6-3. One mistake. He never won a single rack again.
That's true. This should be it.
So Luong Dok Tien becomes the 3rd Vietnamese through to the top 32. Gets a fist bump from the draw shot prince as Luong Dok Tien now makes it to the knockout stages, where he continues to have a brilliant 2023. And remember, 2022, he made a grand total of $424. Now he's in line to be paid more than that, at least, and get add to his $22,500 career earning for this year. And confirmation of our final score: Luong Dok Tien of Vietnam, 9-6 over Fu Jui-way. And again, highlights of this match. This was supposed to be the shot that settled everything. That jump shot on the 1 that made sure everything was clear. And then, of course, leading up to this moment, where he actually does defeat the veteran from Chinese Taipei, and moving on to the quarterfinal round, or the round of 32, and a chance to make it to the quarterfinal round. Luong Dok Tien of Vietnam. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're going to confirm that score as well. And then we have our schedule of play up next. A treat for everybody: Philippines versus Singapore. Aloysius Yap against AJ Manas of the Philippines. The kid going up against one of the world's best. And we will have that match for you when we return in our continuing coverage of the APP, T capital APP, Nineball tournament here in Singapore.
Experience the pinnacle of billiard excellence with our precision-crafted cloth, trusted by champions worldwide. Engineered for flawless play, it's the surface that elevates your game. From professionals to enthusiasts, discover a world where mastery meets innovation. Explore our range of colors and textures to express your unique style. Elevate your game with us. Visit our website today at www.cpbabrand.com.
You don't have to play like a pro to enjoy the game I love.
If you've ever played in a friend's basement, you can compete in an APA league. In the APA, everyone can play and anyone can win. So if you're looking for a fun night out with your friends and family, join an APA pool league today.
Have fun, meet people, play pool.
Visit poolplayers.com today.